What is going on, you guys? It is your boy Vergil here, and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Ball Legends. Today I'm with the homie DoooGote once again. Say what's up, dude.
What's up? In this one, we're going to be building a PvP guide.
PvP guide.
Yeah.
We're gonna just be pretty much dropping some tips, tricks, like anything to basically make you the best ultimate Dragon Ball player or Dragon Ball Legends player that you can be. Before we jump in, obviously hit the like button, sub button, and let's just jump right into it. We're gonna start off by pretty much building a team, and what you want to be looking out for if you're new to this game, or if you need help building certain teams. We're just gonna jump in for a God Key tag right now. You do want to look for units that have the similar tags, similar Z ability buffs. Whether you want to build a strike or blast oriented setup, they say if you go into a character right here, pretty much going to see he is a range type, therefore meaning he's a blast based unit. His blast attack stat number is a bit higher than his strike attack, so you're obviously going to want to pair him with other blast based range type units. So he has God Key, Rival Universe. These are his tags. You can pair him up there. Right now at 7 stars. He buffs God Key, Universe Survival Saga, Rival Universe. So, of course, we can pair him up on a God Key team. My Zamasu right here is a strike-based unit, melee type. So, you normally wouldn't want to pair these two up together. But having Zamasu being the main, at the moment, right, God Key red. Yeah, I mean, there's not really another red unit. This is like where that underlining goes. You can kind of throw in, it's preference-based as well. But for this video, we want to keep them as much cohesive as possible. So, say if what are we trying to build?
Let's say you try to go for a blast based setup. You pop, let's say Topo because he's blast based. Evolution Blue Vegeta.
There we go.
Zenkai 7 Goku, free unit. Blast based. Boom. You got a core team right there. Then you either.
It's actually what you would ideally run with these three right here.
That's a really offensive setup, and Goku's very tanky as well in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah.
Then your core, or bench rather, could be
throw
either... It's honestly your preference.
Yeah.
Right? You could have...
If you want to throw a Zenkai ability buff, say on the Topo, you could throw Beerus in there. Keep in mind, all these Z abilities, you do want to match them. Say if like you're a new player you don't know, Z abilities, God Key tag, blast attack defense, blast-oriented team, we'd want them all to have some form of blast attack, damage buff. Even the Zenkai ability buffs the Topo individually.
Yeah, even going off of that, like that purple, let's say a purple Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, you wouldn't throw him on the team, you got Goku would, but purple Super Saiyan Blue Anniversary Vegeta, you wouldn't throw him on the team because he's strike attack and defense the ability, right? This Blue Goku Blast, Evolution Blue Vegeta, Blast, and then God Goku there, who you just threw on the team is just a very good all-encompassing for any God Key team. Z ability, if you want to check him out real quick, because his Z ability is...
Which one?
God Goku.
Oh, this one, right?
He has very good Z ability.
You pretty much want him on the majority of God Key setups. Yeah. Max base health and a 25% to critical, 25, base critical. So, I mean, he's mainly there for the health, but the crit's nice as well. Yeah.
And then equipments, if you want to touch on that real
so
quick.
The equipments are also more important than you would first assume, like jumping into this game. I wasn't huge on equipments, but then obviously like getting more competitive, higher ranks, equipments do matter. And you're going to want to have these equipments pretty much based, revolving around what type of setup you're running, being the strike or blast oriented setup, or if you want to focus on whatever you want, basically special move, ult damage. On my Topo, I do want, since his ultimate hits pretty hard, I'll throw this guy on there. This is a blast based equip. Yeah, it's blast attack. So what? Pure blast attack equip.
So it's multiplied into his stats. While let's say that special move stat is added into his stats, this last slot is multiplied. When it's per battle member or per this, it's multiplied into their stats, and it's very much a bigger increase than a normal one that just says this damage up. This is saying blast attack. That means his full stat is getting the increase multiplied into him, which makes him a lot. The ability bonus goes lower when you use equipments like that, and people like seeing a higher ability bonus because they think their team synergizes better. So the ability bonus when you pop an equipment like that instead of something else is actually lower, but in reality this is actually buffing more in other equips.
This is preferred right here. You definitely want to run this over anything else.
Yep. Topo equipment.
So finally, I think we can throw... What is this? Is this strike? Yes, it's strike based. I mean, it would still work pretty nicely.
I'd say that one right next to it, to the right of it.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, definitely. It's the same thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a multiplied one.
Yeah, blast. Yep.
Very good equipment for Topo.
Continue here. Probably throw this.
Yeah, if anything, health equips are very important as well. You see that middle one, very, very good, because it's defense. You're up against Saiyans 24/7, and then you have defense. This one is very high normal additional stats, not multiplied, but it's such a high percentage. It's decent, yeah. It's good enough to run.
Good enough. Yeah. And would I run this health restoration equip, you think?
I think Goku, because he heals on green, right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Start that here.
And Goku, you can build
Vegeta.
Goku.
I'll throw this here.
Interesting. You can build them in a lot of different ways. You could build him a lot tankier because he's tankier in the beginning of the game, or you could build him a lot more damage-wise because late game he can like 1v3 easily. But it's just preference, right? You want to build
pretty much
team tanky or offensive. This is more offensive-based God Key team. But if you had like Revival Goku instead, Gogeta Blue, you'd be a lot tankier. You want to build it more around health and sustain. This team is just
so it does for equipment wise. You don't, even though it's a blast based team, you don't need to throw all blast based equips. You can throw HP, you can throw your special move damage, ult damage, whatever you want to focus on. But that it's gonna have the either strike or blast usually alongside with it. So majority of the time you want to go see blast attack here, special move damage. This one's pure blast, right? Oh, this one's strike.
Well, but it could be either.
It could be either or, yeah.
Even for like Vegeta, you'd want blue card damage, right? Because he goes neutral on his blue. So like some units, you want to just read their kits and learn how to prioritize that. Like, again, that Super Saiyan Blue Goku could heal on green cards, so you want to give him health restore so it heals more over time. You gotta prioritize based on their kits as well as the team you're trying to run.
I agree with that. And then the Beerus, of course, we got Plat there. We got HP, and then
Plats always are a must run any game that has a Plat in the game. Like every single.
It's pretty much one of the best equipments in the entire game, I'd say.
I think that and the Elf Goten one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because Goten's gives health restore, which is insane to give health restore back.
So he has base health, special move, ult damage, both defense, both offense. It's like everything you need basically. Yep. So no brainer, and then I don't have a good last equip.
So it doesn't matter that much, but
Yeah. I mean, you could if you wanted to run green, yellow. I mean, it's possible. Yeah. So this is the perfect ideal setup here. It doesn't even matter if we throw equipments on this guy. He doesn't have we're not gonna run him.
Yeah, he's too old.
But yeah,
the ability very good.
There are different variant teams, obviously, like we were mentioning before, with the what oriented setup you want to go with, the strike or the blast. What type of style? Like there is a the more popular, I think, God Key variant setup right now with the Vados.
Yeah, tanky setup.
The tanky setup. This is the more offensive setup. But this is also good, say, like we were just saying, if you want to run green, yellow, you can run the top three. You'll find a way to throw UI Goku there. But overall, this is a cohesive setup. I mean, this guy's strike basis. No, he's range type. Yeah, I forgot. Support type, but he has the blast attack. Yeah. Support, yeah.
The whole team goes with
blast. Oh yeah, this is the setup that I kind of run.
Goku's a little funky with his stats, actually. I think he's strike stats are higher than his blast stats, but he's a blast-based unit.
Really?
I think he's one of those. Is he? He is.
He is, yeah.
I don't know why he does that. I think they just don't know what they were doing.
Then it's like this, bro. Yeah. Then we do this. We throw this guy on there.
Think about it, because he is also on a blast-based team. He's not getting much strike Z abilities. So his strike is going to be actually lower than his blast on this team particularly.
But that's pretty much the thought process of building a cohesive setup for just any team. You kind of want to go through the same method, just building up a team with certain tags, similar taggings, buffings around those tags, Zenkai buffs potentially, HP buffer at the end, this guy being the HP buffer, good equipments, just solid damage dealers, or whatever style you want to go with, whether it's defensive, offensive setup, strike-based, blast-based setup. And I think that's pretty much
I mean, to even check it, like, if you guys want to see, click details there, and it'll tell you, like, this is what you're building your team around. Like, you see it's blast attack,
These are all the Z ability buffs that the Vegeta is getting here, because everyone buffs the Vegeta on the team.
It's a full God Key team. You run that.
If you want to throw, if you go here, it's the same thing with the Topo. Everyone's buffing the Topo, and then he gets the additional Beerus Zenkai ability buff. It's pretty much here for everyone. It's an all-around team where everyone's getting the buffs, which is really nice. And this is I'd say a top-tier team if you want to run a PvP. So we're gonna move into some PvP
gameplay
guide now. So this is the more anticipated here. Make sure to stick around, and let's just jump right into it. All right, guys. So we are jumping into the matchup here. We got our guest appearance here. She's gonna be recording my hand pretty much to show off what we are doing IRL wise for some of the techniques that we're gonna be pulling off, the basics, the more in-depth stuff. But as you can see here, DoooGote is rocking another variant of the God Key, the defensive-oriented side.
Cancer side, basically. The hard side to beat.
Yeah, the more annoying side. But basically, the very first thing that any player would want to do, the basic, pretty much the first thing that you want to learn how to do is charge step, side step, all that good stuff. So it's basically you go for a card here, continue, follow up, hold for a second. Normally you want to hold for a little bit longer. It's a side step there. Unintentional. There we go. Charge. It's that same motion over and over and over. You switch here, heal up real quick.
Oh, swap actually because I'm at disadvantage, right?
Alright, so we'll continue here. Swipe forward, charge for a second. Normally want to do it for this length, but that's a drop combo right there. So we can jump right into drop combos, I'd say right now. Drop combos you're normally going to want to do to avoid any cover changes. As you know, the Gogeta Blue does the strike cover. So right when you can anticipate he'll go for it, when you go for a strike card, you just hold on a second, don't click it, and then he'll swap, and you'll continue the combo, whatnot. You can also avoid sustained damage cut that way. So right here, we're going to go into it, anticipating drop, then we'll go into a strike card right there, and continue whatever combo that you were normally doing. That type 2 drop combo. Side steps the same exact way. You have cards, key blast.
I mean, you can talk about floating, huh?
Floating as well, right?
It's kind of playing it by ear. Like you float into someone's face, or you can see if they're sidestepping, if they're
exactly. So if you're in their face, whatnot, they're gonna feel like they want to sidestep, and you'll catch them in a whatnot right here. So here, say if you're going for it.
And I didn't.
Someone doesn't know what they're doing, or like you're just too close. It's just basically mind games right here. If you go for the side step, catch them, you know.
That could happen.
All RNG, man.
And then, I mean, right now I'd go for the combo here, cover change units, and then from there, I could just continue, or I drop here by accident, and boom. He can
Vanish out.
We'll
take this topo. Basically, you want to memorize, kits. Obviously, with this topo here, it locks in any unit. Four times when you jump in. Safe. Swap out, and I swap back in with him. It'll trap the Vados in here. I can either rush immediately or just full combo the Vados here.
Pop your main to an ult. One shot to get a quick charge in him because he draws a blast arch and entry topo.
Yeah. Trying to think of some more things that you would normally tackle. You do want to be smart with the tackle here because you can catch, or like say if you vanish the tackle here, finish here, you can drift a little bit. It's just all based on timing. Catch me here. Yeah. You basically drop combo there. Missed that predicting Vados, and say if he didn't switch, I don't think he was predicting the drop there, so it would have like not caught on the sustained damage cut, on the Goku. So you have any keys?
Oh, blast arts?
Yeah, blast arts.
So I have blast arts here.
Go for it. It's something you got to really time it correctly, so you got to be a little bit closer.
Sometimes it's just hard because you're drifting and all this.
Yeah.
It's very tough. Right there.
I just went straight. Yep.
And I think if you kept going here, just try to sidestep, try to fake it out, and boom, come right there. Perfect timing. I can sidestep, do anything.
You definitely want to utilize blast armor. So this is just, I guess, blast armor.
Call me there again.
Hold up. Okay. So it's not letting me sidestep. All right, hold up.
Go for it again. That was perfect. Here, get it right here. Go.
All right. Nope. Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm clear.
Oh, you clicked it off.
Yeah, I clicked it off. I mean, you could get out of that,
It's
yeah.
too late. Again, it's really hard to time these things. At least for last time, I think. Then I can go in, get an advantage.
Yeah.
Tap out.
Something pretty, say, basic still is the tap
Tap
the
bait?
bait. Yeah, tap bait. So you can bait a vanish like that, and you get instantly into a combo. Keep doing it here.
Too.
Tackle.
Go
For it here. Tackle bait. Go for.
Trying to sidestep. See, sometimes it's got frame rates you can't even control, and then I have no
Oh.
vanish here. Oh.
So yeah, definitely want to time certain things like this. If you clash this, or if you go for a tap bait there, go for it. And then oh shit, tap bait, and then you could go out with a full key blast and start a combo that way. Oh shit, there you go. So this, so he went for that. Pretty random, pulling them off. Tackle into this.
The ideal time to tackle is when you know your opponent just did a full combo because they have no cards in hand.
Exactly.
The only way to counter tackle is by doing a strike, and you can't counter tackle by tackling back unless you're doing perfect timing, which is very difficult.
Definitely another technique you'd want to is just reading their style of gameplay, how they play, what card they're gonna pull off next. You basically predict. It's a guessing game. So you go for a key blast here. I go for a green here and just counter him with a blue. There's pretty much no way out of what he's doing here. My blue card goes type neutral, so it's going to do damage to any of his units. Decent damage.
I know what you're doing.
There you go. You time, say if he goes for a tackle here, you can counter with a strike arts. If you time it correctly, just see that he's going for the tackle. So I'm about to get, go for combo. Strike, right? Oh. There you go. So you just want to, this traps him right in there. Just knowing that the blue traps on, obviously when you pop it, inflicts no switching. PVs. Getting into PVs is actually pretty tough here. It's PVs are RNG for the most part, but it's actually, you can practice it. It's something you can practice and get accustomed to doing. PV stands for perfect vanish, and it's pretty much going for the sidestep slash vanish exactly the exact time that the opponent goes for an attack. So if he goes for a attack right here,
like a blast. You got it. If you go for another card here, you see it pop up. It
shows like an animation. Just go for it. Nope. It's more. Oh, there's a PV right there. Perfect. Then you can unleash a full combo there. PV.
And then
green card. PV there. He is.
This Bergamo barrier.
Green card's probably the best green card in the game. It counters pretty much any.
All your buff effects.
Yep. Any attack in the game. Blue card, blast arts, strike arts. Show this one off first. Why not? Paralysis. You could, do a whole combo off this.
Rising Rush.
Oh.
You want me to?
Yep. AoE green, so it'll just throw me back. Start the same pretty much thing. Just start off a combo. Right?
Yeah,
drift and then drift and then vanish like that. It's pretty important. Try it again. Oh, I'm dead. Let's see. So we'll basically go for the same thing here. Basically risking it all for the death. Yeah.
When I pop the blue card, and now
right.
just close up. So I'll go.
So I pop it, and his blue card is gonna have priority over the rush since I popped it afterwards. Yeah. Alright, you guys, this is going to conclude the video. If you have any if you have any tips or tricks that I had left out of this video that you thought could have included, or anything that could have mentioned, just let me know in the comments. But this is going to wrap up the video. If you guys enjoyed, like I said, hit the like. Go sub to the boy. I'm going to leave his link in the description. And I'll catch you guys in the very next one. Stay frosty. Peace.
See ya.
Up all night, so you don't wanna wait on me.